Hey, what's up everyone? In today's video we'll be looking at a very interesting lock from DOM. This is the DOM System D. So let's take a look at the key. So from the lateral view there's nothing too exciting about it, obviously, but if you look from the top, right away you can see that we have two bitting surfaces in here, and indeed this is basically a two-row pin tumbler lock that has 10 pins, 5 on each side. Other than that, I think that there's nothing too much else to talk about in terms of the key. Here is our housing. So if I showed you this housing, you will probably tell me, or anyone would rather say that it is like a DOM pin tumbler lock, because it looks like a DOM IX10, and I already heard some people telling that this is basically a pin tumbler version of the DOM IX10. So looking at our plug, we can see the typical shaped pin chambers that DOM multi-row locks have. You can see that they are accommodating for the curvature of the plug, because they are not like in the center. And obviously the most interesting thing is our keyway. So here it is in its full beauty. It kinda looks like maybe bull head with horns, or some people say that it's like a demon head, and that's why it's called DOM System D. I'm not sure where's the truth, but it's interesting, that's for sure. Alright, so let's take a look at the internals. So most of the key pins look like this. So if you look closely, their tips are basically chiseled. They almost like medical key pins, right? You could rotate them if you could, but you cannot. But yeah, so that's interesting and can be a bit annoying when you try to pick this lock. And one of the key pins looks like this. I think it's basically, or it wants to be something like a torpedo key pin. You know, you can see this narrow neck of the pin, and probably if you overset it, it will stay up there and you won't be able to drop it that easily. So, but there's only one like this, and all of the drivers look the same. So yeah, they have this weird shape. Okay, you can see it's not round because of the curvature, as I mentioned before, of the plug. But I wanna say they are not standards, because they kinda look like T-pins. Because if you look closely, like here on the bottom part, there is like a step down. You can see it's narrower in there, and it's really just a little segment of that pin that is narrower. But still, I feel like some of these acted actually like T-pins. Not all of them, but I think it is not a coincidence, right? That maybe here you can see it better, right? There is on the bottom, the pin is narrower, so that cannot be just like a coincidence. So yeah, how do we pick this lock? So unfortunately, as interesting as this log is, the picking itself was kind of tedious, because it behaved basically like any other old DOM multi-row lock. It acted very tapered, so the feedback was very mushy, not too crisp at all. You had to pay real attention for any kind of feedback, because the log was very silent. Other than that, it's advisable, if you don't mind using heavy tension on such a nice lock, use it. It will help you with the picking. And yeah, basically a lot of stuff was dropping. You needed to set the pins multiple times. Luckily enough, the sides almost completely isolated, so that was nice. So first one you pick right side, then you get a little false set, and you pick left side. I think I had to correct one more pin on the side I set first in my pick, but Other than that, it isolated pretty well. And as I mentioned, towards the end, when you are hanging on like 1 or 2 pins, this let's just call them T sections of this pin bound pretty hard, and you needed to release a lot of tension, or I needed to release a lot of tension to set them. So they are not really like your T pins like in Kaba, but they come into play towards the end of the pick. I feel like, at least that was my experience. So maybe it was just this particular lock, but I think these are not just normal standard pins. That's, at least that's my opinion. All right, I think there is nothing else to say, maybe, except yeah, I used this hook from Moki. Really nice, my new favorite. And yeah, I almost forgot how to place their pick. So obviously you cannot go from the bottom because there is this wording, right? But you can pretty comfortably pick from this little edge on this and this side. And tensioning, it's easy because you can easily wedge a tensioner in these two parts of the wording, right? So that's basically it. The shapes of the key pins, as I mentioned, can be a little distracting, but I think the most challenging part is dealing with the tapered feedback. Okay, I think that's all I wanted to say, so let's go ahead and get this lock picked. Alright, here we go. So, keyworks. Okay. We will go clockwise in this cozy little spot and start on the right side. So we'll see how long this takes. Alright, so I think something out of 2, pick on 4, 5 is good. Using pretty heavy tension, as you can see. Just to get at least some feedback out of these pins. And don't worry about occasionally dropping stuff, because oversetting is kinda easy. Okay, click out of 2 and a little click out of 1. Now 3 is binding pretty hard. Okay, little click there, and I definitely felt rotation. So let's move on to the left side. Okay, 4. Click there. 3. Little click there. Maybe something out of 2. 3 is binding again. Good, click there, and little click out of 4. More clicks out of 3 and 4. Okay. A little bit of increasing tension now. Never hurts. I think 1 is kinda half binding, so maybe I need to give a little nudge to all of these pins so 1 stays in place. I think I got a click out of 5 now. 1 is still being kinda weird. Okay, we'll move to the right side just to make sure there's nothing I forgot about. Okay, these pins look pretty alright, at least for now. Both 3 and 4 are pretty springy. I dropped something, but that's not bad. Actually, I wanted to drop something anyway because I feel like I might have overset something a little. Alright, so back to the right side. There was a drop again. Yeah, I might be missing something here on the left side. That's almost guaranteed. Feel like, yeah, now a good click out of one. That was a lot better. Let's check this side again. Click out of 3, and there's the open. Perfect. So as you can see, there's a lot of tapered action in there, a lot of stuff dropping, a lot of stuff needing to be set multiple times. But yeah, that's the way it is with these older DOM locks. So no surprises there. Alright, so hopefully there will be no surprises during the gutting either, because I already had my fair share of surprises with this lock and gutting. So let me try to remove this circle. Okay, I'll take it. Alright. Let's turn this into a gutting station. Okay. What the fuck was this one? Alright, so we need the key, tweezers, and the follower, and a little bit of luck. So I don't think you need to shim anything in here. Alright, there we go. I think we have everything out. Okay, so let's just put the left row on the top and the right row on the bottom. So we'll start with the key pins. So far so good. Four. There's just a couple of them left, actually 3. There's 3 on the right. Okay. That was 5 on the right. That's 3 on the right. And 4 on the left. That should be it. And now the drivers, so this is flipped, so on the left side will be like on the right. The right side will go on the left, so that's cool. So 1 and 1. Two and 2. 3. and 3, 4, and 4, 5, and 5. Okay, that went actually pretty well. Okay, let's just distribute these springs and we're done. Alright, there's the guts. Perfect, so just a little close up to wrap this up. 10 pins with some master wafers, the plug and the housing. And yeah, so that would be it for the DOM System D. Hope you guys enjoyed this video on this pretty nice DOM lock, and hopefully we'll see each other really soon. Until then, bye.